Hello Internet, this is Kistu again. I'm sorry that I took like a whole day to post, to follow up on my schizo stories. I was busy yesterday. I was doing something very important. So now I'm going to continue from where I left off in the last post. The last vlog that I did. Where I left off was, I remember I left off at, let's see, when I was in the hospital. I remember when I was in the hospital, when I was in the admitting, when I was waiting to be admitted in the waiting room, I stayed there for 2 days. My ex, he came to visit me and spend time. 2 days that I was there. Then I went upstairs. I stood there for maybe a few days, maybe 5 days or something. Before I had this really weird experience. Now I'm up in the cycle ward, and I'd been there already for 5 days. So I was gonna go to take a shower. It was some point in the early afternoon, maybe the morning or something like that. But when you're in cycle ward, you're not really thinking about the time. But it must have been maybe at some point in the morning or something, because I usually take a shower in the morning or something. So I went to turn the knob, and it was one of those kind of knobs, plastic, kind of see-through knobs. In the hospital, it's a small square thing that you stand, a standing kind of shower. That's it has this one plastic curtain. It's really short. It's it's not short. It's long, but it's thin. So it only covers as much. It just only covers the shower. So, and I was going to turn the knob, and for some reason the knob just fell in my hand. It was just turned it and it fell in my hand. And so I went to one of the staff over there, one of the nurses or whatever. I went to ask him, I told him, is there, this dropped in my hand and I was trying to take a shower, is there some way that I could fix it, or some way that, we could fix it? She said, alright, don't worry about it, we'll fix it, but in the meantime, just, we'll take a shower in another patient's room. So she's she, brought me to another patient's room. It was room 5. I remember it was room 5, I remember it was room 5, sorry, specifically because I stared at the room number, I thought about, it reminded me of numerology, because before I went in the hospital, I was thinking about numerology. I was, reading definitions of each number, what they mean, and I forgot what most mean, but for some reason, 5, I remember it meant human experience, so that's what I was concentrating on. So I already had a feeling that something was going to happen in there, which is really weird, that something actually did. I went in, and I remember walking in, and I saw, this woman. Her name's, Mickey. I met her, we became friends, after I got out of the hospital, but, we just met, around, she lives, around my neighborhood, but we just saw each other, by accident, and then we just, kind of parted ways. I think I was supposed to, paint, help her paint her apartment or something with my ex, but, we were just, we just didn't find her ever again. We just, never saw her again. But, she was, an old lady, and she was, listening to a radio. She was, laying down facing, a radio that was, it was beside her bathroom, the bathroom door. And so I went to take a shower. She said, is it okay if this girl goes in and take a shower really quick? I said, no, it's fine, whatever, she didn't mind. So I went to take a shower. Go and take a shower. It's When I go to the shower, when I go into the bathroom, I notice that the shower is like made for handicapped people. So instead of like being like one square thing to stand for like one person, it's like kind of like two like horse. It's like the size of two, attached to each other. It's just like a rectangle like of that, like basically two blocks, made into like one long square. So I'm sorry I'm explaining this like really long, stupid, but like it's meant for handicapped people. So there was like a plastic chair that was in there, like a white plastic chair with like little like holes in it, with like metal legs. And I remember putting my soap on there, like putting whatever bottle, like shampoo and the crap, whatever they gave me. I put it there, and I was like washing myself. And I was washing my head. I remember putting shampoo on my head, and like when I'm taking a shower, I have to like I don't like to close my English. I don't like to close my eyes that long, for very long, because I feel like it's a mental thing. But like in the shower, the water is running, I get this like mental image that something really scary is in front of me. So I have this habit of like keeping my eyes open in the shower to like watch around me. So I was just, scrubbing my head. The suds were like, all, like they were, just like whatever. And while I was doing that, like a light blue, thin long finger, like an alien finger, swiped. Like it just like touched the curtain and just swiped, like my face was like right beside the curtain, and it swiped. Touched the curtain and swiped it really fast. Like it looked like it went from my eyes to my chin kind of thing, but it was like on the curtain. I'm gonna get paused for a second. I'll continue this soon. Sorry guys, that interruption was really long, and basically I was telling my ex about, like, what I was talking to you guys about. I was, like, reminding him of that day. So, basically, this finger swiped in front of my face. When that happened, I finally closed my eyes. Like, I squeezed my eyes. Like, I gasped first, and, like, I squeezed my eyes and, like, rinsed the soap out of my hair as fast as I possibly could to jump out of the shower and dry up. While I was with the towel about to dry up, I looked in the mirror. When I looked in the mirror, I noticed, as crazy as I sound saying this, my head was like, I looked like a fucking alien. My head was like this. It was fucking like I looked like a goddamn alien. So I stood there, I just like stared for like 3 seconds before I said, whoa. And I just like tilted left, and I like tilted right. I didn't blink, I couldn't blink after that point. I was just like bugged out to the point that I was like frozen stiff. My eyes were like frozen open. So I remember holding my head. It felt normal. My head felt normal. So it verified to me that this was a hologram. It was a mind trick. And I remember lowering my hands from my head, and then like I looked at the reflection. There was like above the toilet, there was a metallic, a metal, like shiny metal, a shiny metal recycled, like brown recycled paper dispenser. So, you like wash your hands and like dry your hands with paper towels and throw them out. It's like brown recycled paper. It's like shiny, and there was a reflection to it. And when I looked at the reflection, my head was so big. And like, wow, the reflection in that metal like box there is like the dispenser. The metal dispenser is like keeping up with the mindfuckery right now, and I'm like, this tripped me out, and I was like, I was only on Seroquel and Abilify, so they had me on 0 anti-hallucinogens. So mostly anti-hallucinogens have a reverse effect on me. They have a reverse effect on me. So instead of being an anti-hallucinogen, they will be hallucinogens, and they will make me hallucinate. I don't know why that is. That's why I smoke weed, and the weed has made it stop. So it cut it really out. It really cut it out. I, like, really seriously cut it out. It did. Because last experience I had was in around, like, 2014 or 2015. Or something like that. It feels like it was yesterday, so it feels like it was 2016, but it was most likely 2014, 2015. Anyway, this was happening, and I was trying to compose myself. It was this moment of fear, this feeling of fear, two types of fear, and totally opposite feelings, but the same fear. First, when I saw the finger, I wanted to dart out of the bathroom, but naked. Then, I stare at myself in the mirror, freaking out because I look like a fucking alien, thinking, oh, holy shit, I have to barricade myself in here because they're gonna see me, and I look like a fucking alien. What are they gonna do to me? So, it's like, from the point to, it's like a point where I wanted to run out, and then a point where I wanted to lock myself in. It's fucking bizarre, yet the same feeling of fear, the same level of fear in both situations, in both experiences. I had 2 experiences in the bathroom. 2. In one bathroom. Very short time frame. Creepy as fuck. Yeah. Well, that shit happened to me. In 2012, and few days after seeing an alien shadow connected to my feet. Digital alien shadow connected to my feet that said, not nice, is it? With a fucking attitude. Okay. Wow. So, trying to compose myself. I am not removing a damn thing out of this video because you guys deserve to see my real, like, reaction to my own experiences, like recalling my own experiences, and I'm like, okay. So I was just drawing myself. I was just like, well, I can't stay in here forever. I'm gonna have to dry myself and just leave the bathroom. So all the time in the hospital, I was just like, I hope my head's not growing in front of everybody. Like, maybe my head's growing if I think too much, or if I concentrate too much. Or, like, if I think about it, maybe I'll, like, manifest my head to be, like, that size. And it was all in my mind. It was all just my head. But it was, like, what was fucking... Everything is just bugged out. To me, I don't understand. I don't believe it. That shit in the bathroom is, like, unbelievable, and I don't understand why. But I knew something was going to happen before I went into the room. I knew I was going to have some kind of experience when I went into the room because I looked at the number 5 and I thought human experience, which was really bizarre to me that I really, really knew before anything was going to happen. I really, extremely fucking knew it. I felt it already that something was going to happen. So, out of the bathroom. Normal is spending time in a cycle ward with a bunch of cycle freaks, you know, a bunch of loony bin, stuck in the loony bin with a bunch of Looney Tunes like I was one. And I still kind of feel like one. Just talking about these stories, I am basically, I'm pretty sure I am a Looney Tune in all of your eyes. It's fine. I don't mind. So, I'm used to it. So, in the hospital, like 3 or 4 days later, these 2 doctors, they want me to talk to them in a room. So I sit in front of a round table, a round light brown table, a big light brown table. It's like a big table in the middle of like some kind of octagon room, or maybe it wasn't an octagon, but it was like a bizarre shape. It was just like big, like, it's probably like, you know, like 2 doors here, like going out into a hallway, going like back into the cycle ward. So they were sitting like across from me, and they asked me, what can we do to help you talk about what happened to you? Something like that. And I said, well, maybe if you guys showed me who you really, like, I said something like, maybe if you guys, like, take off your masks and show me who you really are. Like, take off your holograms, or, I basically said, like, something like, maybe if you show me your true selves, that'll help me, like, something like that. And they stared at me for 10 to 15 seconds, and during these 10 to 15 seconds, I was staring at them, and I was just, like, smiling, like it was a joke to me, but they were staring at me very seriously, like, and while they were staring at me, like, frozen as fuck, like robots, I was staring straight at them, and I noticed very mildly, like, they were starting to slowly change, their color of their skin started to change dark green, and it seemed like the outside of their heads, from like outside of their human heads, they were growing like huge reptilian looking, like bizarre shaped heads, and it was very slow, like very like slowly going into it, like very, you know what I mean, just like they were about to turn into something else in front of me, and I started, like, my smile disappeared, and my eyes got wide, my eyebrows got down, and they quickly went back, and they shook their heads, and one of them told me, I don't think that would help you. I don't think that would help you. I don't think that would help you. What a psychologist told me. Then they just, like, let me go back to roam around the cycle ward. I called my ex to let him know that. I remember okay, after the blue finger, like, the blue finger shit happened, I called my ex and my mom and told them, and they both advised me to not tell the doctors because they would keep me in there longer. 3 to 4 days later, they almost showed themselves to be some kind of weird reptilian-looking aliens in front of my face and said, no, that's not going to help you, it's just going to make you worse. So I called my ex and told him, and he said they were just being nice. They were just being nice. That's all you have to say about that. So, what? They were being nice. They were being nice by almost showing their reptilian, like, form. I guess I asked for it, right? How do I sound? Do I sound crazy to you? Thank you. I know, I am. So, trying to collect my memories. So, I was there. My ex was worrying about me. He really wanted to take me out of the hospital. He actually wanted me to escape the hospital because he thought that I was going to stay in there. They were not going to let me out. So he was collecting pharmaceutical documents, a stack of, like, basically the pharmaceutical industry and what it's about. Basically, he brought these things to them, he slammed it, and told them, I know exactly what this place is about. I know exactly what you guys are doing here to these patients. You guys are using them as lab rats to practice practice medicine and using them as test subjects. He basically put them on the spot. They got scared. He mortified them. Thanks to him, I was released after 9 days. And thanks to him, many patients were being released very swiftly because he was coming off like a lawyer. He was coming off like he will fuck shit up. He will raise hell if I'm not released. Like, he has everything right there he can fuck shit up, you know, he can really, like, do it. So, I guess they freaked out and they let me out. Pretty good, and that's why I survived that. Okay, so apparently I do need a larger SD card. More space. It's not enough. And my ex keeps on, like, interrupting me. So, basically, yeah, he's the reason I survived the hospital. And for some reason, when I was in the hospital, these doctors kept insisting, like, they would insist on, like, sitting on my bed or, like, trying to be comfortable, like, get comfortable in my room, sit on a chair, like, backwards or something, like, trying to, like, show me, oh, look, I'm comfortable, so you should be comfortable with me. But really, all it made me feel was, like, really awkward and withdrawn. So, I didn't want to say anything to them. I was, like, drawn away from them, always, like, giving them these, like, weird, awkward looks, like, why the fuck are you talking to me? Do I know you? I don't fucking know you. Why are you talking to me? Who the fuck are you, anyway? You're supposed to be a doctor? You don't know what the fuck's going on. You're gonna tell me that I'm fucking sick? You're gonna tell me that everything that I've been seeing through my own fucking peripheral vision, everything that I've been seeing through my own eyeballs is all fucking, like, it's all just, like, nonsense. I haven't seen a goddamn thing, and every little thing that I've seen, all the things that I've seen to this day are all just, like, every single one of those things are all in my mind. You can't tell me that, because I won't have it, but that's the way it goes. I'm gonna get paused, I'm gonna get clipped off again, I'm sorry, give me a second. I am so sorry for all of the interruptions. I can't help it. It's not me, it's my ex, and I need to get the fuck out of here. That's why I'm packed. I'm basically packed. I need to, like, get out of here with my cat and go. So, basically, it's really pissing me off. We don't get along. And, so, we don't get along, but at the same time, we do. It's really hard because it's like, we love each other, and we have these two cats that are, like, keeping us together, and it's, like, fucking stupid. He comes in again. I apologize. If I weren't here, this wouldn't be happening to me. He saved my life, I guess. Sort of. Whatever the fuck. So, they were, like, sitting on my bed, but they were, like, that was, like, before they came up to me and, like, brought me to the room and, like, almost shifted into a different form in front of my eyes. Please, dear God, don't let him come in again. So, basically, I was set free after 9 days, and so were a lot of other patients, and I guess that's where this story ends. Thank you for watching. You're free to subscribe, you're free to, like, dislike, comment, troll. I know that people have been staring at the shirt because it's badass. I didn't buy it. Well, I bought the t-shirt, but I made this, like, Pedo Hunter. I made this myself. I'm getting into, like, screen printing, but, like, I'm getting into stencil art where I'm using, like, foam rollers to, like, roll on the paint instead of, like, using a screen printing process, because I like to conserve my paint, because I lack monies, so yeah. So if you like this shirt, I'm going to try to sell it. It's going to be, like, Gildan, this is going to be printed on or rolled onto Gildan heavy cotton, unisex, black t-shirts. I'm using, like, basically white for letters. I'll get colors, like, some point. Let's see. You can find my shop at my direct channel, like, in my description of my direct channel. It's like one of the last links. Shit doesn't matter. So, thank you for watching again and spending time with me. This is the end of the video. Finally, it probably took like 2 or 3 hours just to complete a 5-minute long, story. So, thanks for watching again, and